Welcome you all to Global Online. Very good morning to all. We are back with our NTA UGC net preparation for 2023 cycle as per your ongoing examination. And as you all are aware that we are doing various topics, okay, practice questions. We have already completed 2021, 2022 questions, previous year questions. Now we are practicing some practice questions, so it will help you to ease your examination, which is daily live at 10 a.m. So before we go ahead, let's take a quick look at what this Global Online has to offer you all. So Global Online has to offer you all a study material for paper 2. Now the subjects for the study material of paper 2 are listed on the screen. These are the following subjects where you will get study material. What the study material consists? It consists of MCQ questions, as well as it consists of notes, which is available at a discount rate. The actual price of the course is 1600, but we are offering a 20% discount, so the actual price comes to 1280, which you need to pay. In order to get your copy, you can get in touch with us on the given WhatsApp numbers. We do have PDF for paper 1 also, consisting of all the MCQ questions, expected questions, which is for ₹699. So in order to get the copy, or in order to get the study material for paper 1 and paper 2, you can please get in touch with us on the given contact numbers. So that's all we have for your study material for paper 1 and paper 2. Now let's start with our MCQ series. So the first question, that is in practice question, the first question is on the screen. Water is always involved with landslides. This is because, so now they are talking about the involvement of water in landslides. So that is, it reduces the shear strength of rocks, whether it increases the weight of overburden, it enhances chemical weathering, or it is a universal solvent. So it's asking about water is always involved with landslides, the relation of water with the landslides. It is because of what? You need to give or specify the reason for that. It reduces the strength of the rock and results into the landslide. It increases the weight of the overburden, resulting into landslide. It enhances chemical weathering, resulting in landslide, or it is a universal solvent, and that's the reason it is involved in the landslide. So for question number 1, yes, I am expecting everyone to come up with the answers. So definitely for question number 1, the answer is it increases the weight of, it increases the weight, resulting in overburden, finally resulting into what? Resulting into the landslide. So the relationship of water with landslide, the combination, you can say, or what is responsible, how it is, how it results into landslide, that is the question, and the answer is also given. Okay, coming to question number 2. Now question number 2, we have assertion and reason questions. Assertion, that is in the form of statement. Reason, so whether for the given assertion the reason is correct or not, we have to speak in from that point of view. So talking about the assertion talks about aerosols have potential for modifying climate. So they are talking about aerosol spray can. So they are talking about that it has a potential, it has the capacity to modify the for modifying climate. Okay, the reason they have given is aerosols interact with both short waves and radiation, and it results into what? It results into the climate modification. So now you have to state whether the statement A, that is the assertion, is right, whether the reason is right, whether the given reason for the assertion is right, or whether one is right or one is wrong. So you have to just specify which statement is right, or which statement is true and which is false. Yes, waiting for everyone's answer so that you can come up with your answers and we can go ahead with the next question. Coming up with the question answers is, then when we talk about aerosols, it has a potential for modifying climate. Yes, assertion is right, because aerosol interact with both short waves and the radiation. So yes, R is the correct explanation. So the A, that is assertion, is not only right, but also the reason is right and the explanation for the given statement is right. Now let's see how it is happening or what exactly is the reason for that. So aerosols influences climate in two ways. One, by changing the amount of heat that gets in or out of the atmosphere, or by affecting the clouds. So some aerosols like the dust, okay, they have, they are mainly scattered with the solar radiation, which has a cooling effect by enhancing the reflective solar radiation from the earth. So yes, basically it is what it is resulting into the short waves and the radiation, which is having the potential to influence the climate. And yes, the statement, that is the assertion statement, is right, the reason is right, and it is a correct explanation. Talking about the human development report for each of the year at the global level has been published by what? So we are talking about what? We are talking about the human development report for each year. Okay, it has been published. So as I told you, nowadays in UGC net, you can see, various questions. It is basically on the acronym base. So they do not give you the full form. They just give you the acronyms. UNDP, WTO, IMF, World Bank. So you have to be very, very careful. So when you are studying, you have to make sure that the acronyms what are given are properly understood and you are revising it very well. So here the Human Development Index for each year is given by what? It's given by UNDP, not by WTO, not by IMF, or not by World Bank. So what does UNDP refers to? It's United Nations Development Program, which is, a national, United Nations organization, which is resulting into countries, helping the countries to eliminate poverty and achieve the sustainable economic growth. Now when I say sustainable, it is not only satisfying the current growth or for the current population, but also take care about the future population. Yes, coming to question number 4. Now question number 4 talks about the significant impact of volcanic eruption has been felt in what? So the volcanic eruption, the significant impact is resulting into what? Does it result into the change in weather? Does it result into sinking of islands? Does it results in loss of vegetation or extinction of animals? So the most significant impact of volcanic eruptions has been felt where? In the form of what? So it is in the form of change in weather, sinking of islands, loss of vegetation, or extinction of animals. So basically the most significant impact of volcanic eruption has resulted in change, not other than nothing else than the change in the weather. So here it has resulted into what? The impact, you can see the most impact of volcanic eruption in the change of weather. Now the maximum emission of pollutants, question number 5, the maximum emission of pollutants from fuel sources in India. So they are talking about the emission from the sources of the fuel sources in India. So emission with the fuel sources is resulted by what, or is it caused by what? I can use the word cause. Is it coal? Is it firewood? Is it refuse burning? Or is it vegetable waste product? So what exactly it is resulted into? The maximum emission of pollutants is resulted into what? Is it resulted into coal? Is it resulted into firewood? Is it resulted into burning? Or is it resulted into vegetable waste product? So where is the major fuel source in India from? So basically the major fuel source is from coal. It is resulted into coal. Okay. Yes, I hope everyone is see, the students need to be a little bit interactive so that you can answer the questions and understand. But in case if you are not revised this part, at least you can know that okay, this is what the topic is about and you need to prepare yourself. Okay. The urbanization process accounts for the wind in urban centers during the nights to remain what? So we are talking about what? We are talking about the urbanization process accounting for the wind in urban centers during nights to remain what? Faster than in the rural areas, slower as compared to that of rural areas, the same as compared to the rural areas, or cooler than the rural areas. So whether it results into the fast process, a slow process, the same as it is in rural areas or cooler than in the rural areas. So they are talking about what? They're talking about urbanization process for the wind in the urban centers during nights. So they're talking about the temperature in nights, whether it is faster, whether it's slower, whether it is the same, or whether it is cooler. So when we talk about urbanization process, yes, it results into what? Faster than compared to that of rural areas. Okay, now going to question number 7. So 7 is about tsunami, which occurs due to what? So tsunami is a result of what? Mild earthquakes and landslides, strong earthquakes and landslides in the oceans, strong earthquake and landslides in the mountains, or strong earthquakes and landslides in the desert. So they are talking about what? Tsunami is an impact. What is the consequences, or it results, or impact is because of what? It is resulting because of what? Is it mild earthquakes and landslides? Is it strong earthquakes and landslides? Is it strong earthquakes and landslides, or is it strong earthquakes and landslides in deserts? So let us see what it results into. So yes, when we talk about tsunami, it is strong earthquakes and landslides in the ocean. Yes, Devendra, very good. So it's result into what? Strong earthquakes and landslides in the ocean. Yes. Coming to question number 8. So question number 8 is, which of the following natural hazards have a very big impact on Indian people each year? So which of the natural hazards? They have given the natural hazards, and they are talking about the role of natural hazards in India, especially on the impact on the people. So whether it is cyclones, whether it is floods, whether it is earthquakes, or whether it is landslides. So which of the natural hazards have a very big impact on the people of India? Okay, it is talking about what? It is talking about impact on the people of India. So they have given the natural hazards. The natural hazards are about cyclones, it is about floods, it is about earthquake or landslides. So you need to pick up, from the below and tell that which has a very huge impact on the people of India. So which is talking about the impact on the people of India. So let's see. You need to answer from one of them, which is given below. Okay. So see, please remember, many students, have answered this question. Long back I have taken this question as a practice question also. Purposely I brought it again. According to, people feel that earthquake has a very big impact on the Indian people. It's not overall, it is talking about only India. So in India, the big impact is because of floods and not the earthquakes. Okay, so be careful. So it's not cyclones or earthquake, it is floods. Okay, going to question number 9. Now question number 9 talks about among the following fuels of energy. So they have given the fuels like biomass, CNG, hydrogen, ethanol. So this is what they have given in options. Which is most environment friendly? Now please read the question. It is talking about the fuel which is environment friendly. So they have given the list as biogas, CNG, hydrogen, ethanol. So which is about environment friendly? So from the given list, okay, from the given options, the one which is more environment friendly is the hydrogen. Okay, ethanol is clear colorless alcohol, but it is made up of various variety of biomass which is used in called as feedstocks. But if you are talking about the purity from the environment point of view, so it is the hydrogen. Fuel of energy, it is hydrogen. Is it clear? It's not CNG, it is hydrogen. Be careful very much when we are discussing people development environment. I have taken this topic in theory also. The most environment friendly fuel of energy is hydrogen and not the CNG part. Now, comparative, the question number 10, it talks about comparative environment impact assessment. So basically it is something which studies the environment's impact. Is conducted for what? Okay, now they are talking about the impact on the environment is studied, but it is studied with the help of environment impact assessment study. So whether it is for the whole year, whether it is for the 3 seasons, whether it is any 3 seasons, or it is for the worst season. So when basically this question is, when do we study the environmental impact, in which either we study it for the whole year, either we study it from the 3 seasons, we study it for any of the 3 seasons, or whether it is we study it only for the worst season. So if we want to assess the impact of the environment, when do we study that? Yes, question number 10, everyone. So question number 10 talks about what? The study of an impact of an environment. So when we look at the environment, it is basically study for the whole year. It does not talks only about a specific season or a worst season. So it is, it is a process to evaluate the environment, basically depending upon, the taking into account not only the social, economical, cultural, but also the human health impact. Yes, very good, Durga. BCB, it is not basically the 3 seasons. It is studied, the environment impact is studied for the whole year. So whole year you find out the impact socially, culturally, or based on human health. Okay, now coming to 10 questions we have completed. We have more 10 questions to go. Okay, the sea level rises, rise in sea level results due to what? So when we talk about sea level rising, it is basically because of heavy rainfall, melting of glaciers, submarine volcanism, or sea floor spreading. So when we talk about heavy rainfall, when we talk about sea rise level, it is because of what? What is the primary cause or a reason? Okay, is it because of heavy rainfall? Is it because of melting of glaciers? Is it because of submarine volcanism? Or is it because of sea floor spreading? So from the given options, okay, sea level rises, okay, primarily due to what reason? What is the reason? What is the reason for a sea level to rise? So when we talk about sea level rise, it is basically because of melting of glaciers. So sea level is rising because of what? Because of melting of glaciers. Okay. Now, coming to the next is deforestation during the recent decades. So we are talking about deforestation. So what? Deforestation has led to what? Resulted into what? Deforestation, cutting down of trees, has resulted into soil erosion, landslides, loss of biodiversity, or all the above. So if you look at the deforestation process, what has it resulted into? Has it resulted into soil erosion? Has it resulted into the landslides? Has it resulted into the loss of biodiversity, or all the above? What has it resulted into? Deforestation during the recent decades has led to what? Okay, yes, very good, Durga. It is all the above. It is not only soil erosion, it is not only landslides, but yes, lost in biodiversity also. Okay, coming to question number 13, which of the following natural hazards? Now see, we are talking about causing highest human disaster. So human disaster is caused by what? Earthquakes, snowstorms, volcanic eruption, or tsunami? We are talking about what? We are talking about which of the following natural hazards is responsible for causing highest human disaster. It is human disaster: earthquakes, snowstorms, volcanic eruptions, or tsunami. Yes, Sarika, you can state, that question number and the answer number for 13 question. Others also can definitely say the disaster which is responsible for so natural hazard which is responsible for human disaster. Okay, yes. Now when we talk about, see, please try to understand these questions. When we talk about natural hazard which has an impact on human, it is, we have studied just now, the question was changed. It is because of what? It was because of floods in India. Same way, the impact of, yes, Sarika, very good. The impact of natural hazard which is responsible for human disaster is due to what? It is due to tsunami. Okay, fine. Yes. Now, talking about which of the following unit is used to measure the intensity of noise. We are talking about the measurement of intensity of noise, whether it is in decibel, whether it is in hertz, whether it is in pound, or whether it is in watts per meter square. We are talking about the unit. This is the unit which is used to measure the intensity of noise. So when we want to know the intensity of noise, it is measured because of what? Is it decibel, is it hertz, or is it pound, or is it phon, or is it watts per meter square? So noise, when you're talking about noise, it is basically due to what? So let's see. So noise is basically due to what? Noise is basically, there is no answer, so I've just turned the slide. So noise is basically, yes, very good. Now I can see the answers. Noise is basically because of decibel. Yes. Now let's see this other options also. You should be knowing what are they used for. Hertz is a symbol that is symbolized by MHSET. It is a unit of frequency in the international system of units. Okay. Phon is nothing but loudness level. Watts per meter square, it is a measurement of radiation over the square meter surface. Okay, so you should know about it, but yes, it's one of the easiest question, but you should know the rest of the options also. You can even get about the unit of loudness. So they can just twist the question and they can ask you about the unit of loudness. You should be able to answer it. Okay. Now, we have done a topic on environmental impact assessment. One question we did, but if you remember those questions properly, you should be able to answer this question well. Environmental impact assessment is an objective analysis of changes in what? So environmental impact assessment has changes on what? Does it has a changes on physical characteristics? Does it has a changes on biophysical characteristics, socio-economic characteristics, or what? So when we are talking about the impact on environmental impact assessment, it is the objective of this assessment, that is the change in the environment or the assessment impact of or effect of environment is studied. Assessed, it means it is studied, evaluated, sorry, not studied, evaluated for what? Yes, very good. It is evaluated for physical, biophysical, socio-economical, that means for all the characteristics of the environment, to understand all the characteristics of environment. Yes. Coming to question number 16. 16 is about bog is a wetland that receives water from what? So we are talking about one of the wetland, that is bog, where it receives water from what? Is it receiving the water from nearby bodies, water bodies? Is it because of melting? Is it because of rainfall only, or is it because of sea only? So bog is nothing but a wetland which receives water due to what? So water is received due to what? Okay. Is it because of nearby water bodies? Is it because of melting ice? Is it because of rainfall only, or is it because of sea only? So yes, let's see. So when we talk about bog, a wetland, it receives water because of because of rainfall. So it is a wetland. So if you are not aware what is a bog, it's a wetland that accumulates the deposit of dead plants and materials. Okay. So yes, it receives water only from rain. Fine. 16 is not D, Sarika, it is C. Fine. Yes. Now see the same question. I have taken this question earlier also, but the same question is twisted, and how they have put the question, see very well. The most recurring natural hazard in India recurring, they're asking about the most recurring natural hazards in India is earthquake, floods, landslides or volcanoes. You have to read the question very well and answer. So yes, the most recurring natural hazards in India is because of is due to what? So yes, as I said, it is a twisted question. Okay, Ujwala, be careful. It is a twisted question. We have done already 3 questions related to this question today itself. So in India, when we are talking about in India, the people who are affected, the impact, because it's all because of floods. Yes. Question number 18. Now question number 18, you have a assertion and reasoning question. So assertion says that people population control measures do not help in checking environmental degradation. So we are talking about a measure that is people population control measures. So it does not help in checking the environmental degradation. That is what the assertion is saying. The reason is the relationship between the population growth and environmental degradation is rather complex. Okay, so whether the assertion is right, wrong, whether the reason is right, wrong, whether it is a part of correct explanation or not, you need to tell. So when we are talking about environmental degradation, they are saying that people control population measures does any impact on them. The relationship between population growth and environmental degradation, they are saying, is rather complex. So based on the given question, what type of options will be considered as the right option? So let's see question number 18. So yes, first of all, population measures does not have any impact on checking the environment. The reason is what? The relationship between the population and environment is complex to understand, and hence A is correct, your assertion is correct, your reason is also correct, and it is a correct explanation, because due to its complex relation, we do not understand whether it helps or it is not necessary in checking the environmental degradation. Okay, question number 19 now. Which of the following phenomena is not a natural hazard? So they have given us the phenomena, that is wildfire, lightning, landslide, chemical contamination. So which of them is not a natural hazard? Okay, whether it is wildfire, whether it is lightning, whether it is landslide or chemical contamination. So yes, chemical, see, natural, no? So chemical contamination, yes, for question number 19, D, very good. It is a natural, they are asking us which is not a natural hazard. It means which does not occur naturally. So obviously wildfire, lightning and landslides are all the elements which are related to natural hazard, but chemical contamination is something which is in the form of man-made, not a natural. So the odd man out here is chemical contamination. Fine. Yeah. Coming to question number 20. As a part of national climate change policy, it is talking about national change policy. Indian government is planning to raise the capacity of renewable energy by 2030. The target of Indian government to install the capacity of renewable energy is how much? Is it 175? Is it 200? Is gigawatts? Is it 350 or is it 250? So what is the target of Indian government with respect to installing capacity of renewable energy? That is by the year 2030. It is talking by 2030. Okay. Yes. We have started getting answers for this. Others also can revert back. Yes. So when we talk about the capacity, that is 350 gigawatts on this topic, they definitely give you a question of how this 350 gigawatts is divided. So we have done those practice questions also. So you have to be careful, you know, any sort of questions from this National Climate Exchange Policy can be a part of your question. Okay. So yes, today target 20 questions we have done. Any new student to the channel or to the lecture, please make sure that, you know, daily I am doing some practice questions, that is MCQ questions on various topics. I have completed research aptitude, I have completed higher education system. Today I have completed people development environment. In the coming days I'll be taking one unit. So all those who are getting ready for the phase 2 or in the current days whose exams are lined up, definitely these series can help you out for your preparation. Okay, thank you for the day. That's all for the day. See you tomorrow with a fresh set of questions at 10 a.m. sharp. Thank you.